inspiration, comedy, and charisma. Live from his living room studios, it's the show that keeps it real, keeps it fun, and keeps you entertained. Please give it up for your host, Rashad Murphy.
What's good, y'all? What's good? Y'all, I'm super excited for this live today because we going back to somebody that I used to talk to. She was my vocal coach in 2020, and I'm super excited to have a chance to get to talk to her. It's been a while. So, ladies and gentlemen, get ready to be inspired and uplifted. Today we have an incredible guest. She's a powerhouse vocalist who first caught the world's attention on The Four, went viral with her jaw-dropping performances, and has graced the stage along Jonathan McReynolds and have been around Kirk Franklin, a true vocalist sensation and a rising star in the music industry. She's a recording artist that with the voice that moves the soul. Give it up for the phenomenal Kateri Bluford. What's up? What's up?
Hey.
It's been a long time.
I know.
Bring back memories. Bring back memories. All the stuff used to make you do. It's just so good to see you.
Same. Thank you for having me. I mean, we made it work.
No problem. No problem. You know, I couldn't do this without you. I have you on here, but I want to dive right into it. Kateri, I want you to explain where you at? Where did you come from? Where did you grow up?
Well, I grew up in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. A lot of people say, do Black people live there? Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
We do live there. I grew up in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. I was born and raised in church, so I know church from beginning to end.
Mm-hmm.
Like I kind of know the ins and outs of it. I am a PK kid.
Wait, her thing went out? Let's see what's going on. There we go.
Okay, I don't know what happened, but yeah, so I'm a PK kid. And so like growing up, it literally was, how can I explain it? It was difficult, but I think that just navigating through just how my life unfolded with being a PK kid, because I was born by a pastor, but I wasn't raised by him. So I had a lot of gifts, talents, and abilities, but it's kind of like, what do you do with what you have?
Yeah.
So thank God for my mom who held it down, and so that's kind of like my upbringing. And I'm kind of here today because her and there's a bunch of other people, they stepped in to kind of shape this version of Kateri that you see today.
Perfect. And so going into music at a young age, what inspired you to become a singer? Because you got a voice, Kateri, you got a voice. So.
Oh, well, I would say what inspired me, I would say, man, that's such a very, very interesting question. What inspired me? I think just seeing what my mom went through, not having a father, those lonely moments, those times where you feel like, you wish somebody would fight for you, and it's kind of like just really leaning on God. And I think sparking that relationship, understanding who he was, really helped me to develop the gift that I had. Singing was my medicine. Singing helped my mom through depression and get through a lot of rough times and situations that we experienced throughout my childhood. So I would say that's kind of what really inspired me, is figuring out what can kind of help me cope with what I'm dealing with. And music was my go-to.
And I literally just rewatched the four when you explained that you sung your mom out of depression. How does that make you feel that you had the ability to be able to do it? Because that's very powerful. Because people sing, and that's the thing. People sing, but when you can speak to somebody, that's singing on a whole different level. You explained it to me, being my vocal coach, is explaining when you sing, make it come from a place.
Yeah.
So how does that make you feel that you were able to do that?
It made me feel as if God was with me. You know, a lot of times we sing, you know, we perform, we do so many different things, and you know, because of how skilled and gifted we are, we think it's us.
Right.
But at the end of the day, God is giving you the gift. You know, and when you're using it for Him, you must know that He's right there with you. You know, really being, you know, the hands and feet of your voice. You know, you open up, but He does the work. So it's really, that's good. I had to pause.
That is a good.
That was good.
That's a good one. That was
He
good.
does the work. So it's really realizing that God would love me enough to give me something to fix what I'm going through. That's the thing when you talk about power. You have the power. That's why the Bible says that life and death lies in the power of your tongue. So what comes out of your mouth can either bring you life or death. And so when you sing, when you worship, when you talk, when you let things come out of your mouth and you see the result of that, whether it's pros or cons, that shows you the power that you have. And so we already know by being connected to God that we have that power. But when you see the proof of the power, that's what makes you feel like, man, God is really there. Like He's really real. So that's kind of how it made me feel like, okay, this thing is really real.
And you said you are a gospel singer.
Absolutely.
So going
from beginning to end.
You're right. Going back, do you remember the first song you ever sung in church?
The first song I ever sung in church, I think it was Smokey Norfolk. Where Would I Be?
Oh, you were singing those songs.
Yeah. I think I was like 12 or 13. I think when I first sung in church, I think I was about like 12 or 13.
Wow. So do you replay those moments back in your head, or go back to those moments of being a kid singing in the church?
I do. I do. I think that's what keeps me humble.
Yeah.
Because, you know, it's like, it's just, I'm this girl, you know, I'm this young lady who God just blew His breath on. And it's like, I was just innocent, you know, I just was doing what I knew to do, and that was just to sing. And so to see where I was at 13 to now I'll be 31, it's like, wow, like this has been a journey.
Like how it amazes me, because then this is exactly the same reason why I wanted to do this talk show, is because so people can understand that if celebrities that you see, people that you see on TV, majority came from the same place as we all did. And so how do you, like, thinking back of where you came from and where you are now, did you ever think it would go this far?
Honestly, I did not. I didn't think it would. I didn't think it would go this far, not because I didn't believe in what God gave me. It's just you need people to get there.
Right.
So when you think about the industry and you're thinking about all the hoops and all of the people you have to go through to even get noticed and recognized, you don't see yourself really being successful because you have a lot of gatekeepers. And so I didn't think that I would be right here at this age.
Yeah.
I thought it was going to take a lot of time, maybe in my 40s, maybe in my 50s, I'll probably kind of see some light, some exposure. I didn't see the 4 in sight. I didn't see nothing other than, regular church, because that's all I've done. So just looking at like where I am now is like, man, I didn't think that this would happen in this time frame.
Wow.
Yeah, I didn't. I just gotta be honest. I did not, because you have to go through so many people to get to a certain level. So it's like, I just was like, I don't know how it's gonna happen, but hey.
Yeah. And it's amazing to see someone that came from the church, and well, we're about to move on to get onto the floor by seeing someone of color singing gospel on national TV. Like, you literally, that by you singing "I'm Getting Ready" have touched a lot of people. Yeah. It touched me, like, and I was still young at the time, so yeah. Just to see that and see someone that is from my nationality doing things like that, that was huge. Yeah. And how does that make you feel to hear that coming from somebody that people don't know, and you're known worldwide?
It feels good, because at the end of the day, I always tell people, you got to know why you do what you do. And the why, and I believe I've told you this before, you got to know why you're doing a thing, yeah. And my why is to impact the young generation and old, however God sees fit. But to hear that is so refreshing, because it helps you keep going. It helps you to keep sacrificing, keep staying on target with your prayer time and your word, and, really giving God everything that you have, because again, it's a method and it works. Mm-hmm. So to kind of hear the feedback and just how it's changed people's lives, and how people are still to this day, like, are going back and watching it and sharing it, and the moment is still as big as it was when it happened. So it's like, you never find videos that like, I feel like that moment was so iconic. And I don't usually I don't say those words about myself, but just to see the results, it's mm-hmm. like that was a stamp that will last my whole career.
And being on the floor, how can you explain that experience?
You know what? Being on the floor was actually dope. I would like, the experience was actually fire, because I had no problems. Like, I've heard so many horror stories about TV shows and auditions and what they do behind closed doors. For me, I can only speak for me. My journey was amazing. I met one of my best friends in the world, which is Ronnie.
Wow.
Yeah, it's like, me and Ronnie, like, we clicked as if we knew each other since like grade school. Like, he's one of my closest friends to this day. So the four really showed me that, I mean, there's so many people out there like you. And then there's also people who you will never run across, who you would never even think that you would meet, right, that could change your life. Like, I have lasting friendships because of that show. So I had a great time, to see how everybody adapted to the gospel version, of, I'm Getting Ready. And then also the Celine Dion, I gospeled that up too. So they were all they were geek, because it's like, dude, we ain't never done this before. No. So it's like.
And to say, like, I know I can say it now by sitting there watching those videos. When you first stepped on that stage, you were ready. Yeah. Like, and how old were you at that age?
I think I was 23.
See, like, when they called your name and you walked out, it was no fear in sight.
Nah.
And when you started, the eyes haven't seen, you just know it was about to be good. It was that right there. And even though that part didn't, you went on to do the battle, one of my mom's favorite songs of all time. Even though you didn't get to sit on the panel, you still left the impact, which is crazy.
Yeah. And that's the thing. I think a lot of people, especially when God is using you, you got to remember that although you don't get a seat, you still have a seat.
Exactly.
So the goal is not to get an earthly seat.
Mm-hmm.
When you're doing ministry, here's the thing. When you're doing ministry and you're going into secular places, the goal is not to sit in their seat. The goal is to let them know that you already have one.
Okay.
So it's just making them know, hey, I'm here. Okay. You not on you, it's all of the glory and the power is not just on y'all side. We come with the same heat, if not better. So it's like you don't come into those arenas wanting what they have.
Right.
That's where we get it confused. That's when you start to downgrade your gift. That's when you start to sell out. That's when you start to go with the flow because you think that their seat is what you're not chasing their seat. You're just showing up to let them know God already gave you one. So, no,
You like,
shut
I wish I had a
up. Don't have me
tambourine.
preach on here. I ain't come on here to
Yes, you
preach.
did.
I just
Because
came on
God
here
is
to just talk.
you touching somebody right now.
Listen.
You just look, you're doing it again. But that is the gift that God gave you.
Yeah. But that's why you have to, when you said you saw the confidence, it wasn't the confidence in me. It was the confidence that God sent me there for a purpose. So I was confident that when I opened my mouth again, I just opened up. He started talking.
Mm-hmm.
He came to let them people know, hey, I'm here. I'm God. This is an encounter with me, but I'm using her to talk to you. That's why I said I didn't go for their seat.
Right.
That wasn't the goal. That wasn't even the assignment.
And you did exactly what you were supposed to do. And perfectly is not even a word you can use for that. like Kateri is crazy because like I'm gonna keep going back to those videos because like when my mom seen that video, she made me play the song again today before we got on
Wow.
live because she was like Celine Dion, because that song right there is my all-time favorite.
Yeah.
And the way you did it, like you could have went there and sung it just like Celine Dion, but you made your own, you turned it into your own.
Yeah. It's, and I could talk so much about creativity, but I think the one thing for me is, again, being comfortable with the gift that God gave me.
Yeah.
And a lot of times people, when they go into those spaces, they try to conform and change because the whole goal is to fit in. Like, you'll be looking up, be like, bro, why are you singing that? Or like, why you sound like that? That's not what you. So what I wanted to do is everything that I did during that period of time, I wanted them to know that I wasn't changing because the bright lights were right there.
Yeah.
You're going to get exactly what I do on Sunday morning, just in a condensed version.
Mm-hmm.
Because of course you can't be up there doing too much. It's live television.
Yeah.
You can really only go so far. But it's just being yourself and understanding that you have a job to do, and never forgetting that. Don't try to outdo it. Don't try to do the most. Just do what he told you to do. Go in, sing, and get out of there. So that's what I did.
Look, you could tell God is using you to say some things because I'm not even following my questions I didn't came up with. But like, let's go. So we're already talking about the 4. Mm-hmm. So you say you made friends. The girl you had to battle against. Do y'all talk, or do you talk to? Well, you say you have a best friend that's still there. I mean, that was on the show. What about other people that you were around?
Allie and I were very, 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 very cool. I love Allie. Mm-hmm. We never, and sometimes YouTube, they kind of pin you. They try to make it seem if you beefing. I didn't even know Allie. I didn't know her from McKenna Pan. I didn't know that, and we also did not have no exchange of words. Like there was nothing. Mm-hmm. So we, after the show, and then after she kind of went through her season, whatever, we just literally, we've been cool. We don't have no beef. We don't have no drama. I know Noah. You all saw Noah on the show.
Yeah.
of course, Majesty. Majesty is my sister. I love her to death. And so then I got Ronnie. You know, people that I know, James, everybody. I know them. But I think the closest people that I've kind of connected with was Noah, Ronnie, and Majesty.
And like, so how, where I want to go with this, with the four, do you think that changed your mindset to being an adult now? Like, has that impacted you on your adult journey and things that you're doing now?
I think it has, and the reason why it has impacted me on my adult journey is not being afraid to go alone. And a lot of times, some people think, you know, you gotta have your crew, you gotta have your clique, you gotta have every people, you know, all the people with you and stuff like that. But I flew to LA by myself. You know, I was in my hotel by myself. Like during the whole taping and everything, I was by myself. And you would think, you know, 23-year-old, never really been on that side of the country, and you're going, you know, into a territory you don't know anything about. Right. You've heard the horror stories. You've heard all the things that go down in Hollywood. So for you to go as a 23-year-old adult, it's like, huh? It's like, I was a little nervous, but I think knowing how they took care of us and the security and all of that and their sense of awareness, I think it shaped me to know that as long as God is with you, you're going to be all right. And so I just want to speak to every young adult, is that if God is calling you to do something, don't try to bring a whole bunch of people with you. If he called you to do it, yes, go, because he's gonna cover you. I'm gonna throw in this shameless plug. I actually went to the Bahamas by myself.
Wow.
I'm going out of the country. Now, I'm not in LA. I'm out of the country, and I'm a female. Yeah. But God was right there with me. And so it's just, I mean, you're an adult. You just make sure that, again, you stay aware of your surroundings. You know where you are at all times. Pray. Take some bless oil with you. I always tell people, get you some bless oil. Cover your room. You know, you just, you know, I don't think, because sometimes you don't want to miss opportunity because of fear. Right. And fear settles in because of what the news put out and what people say on social media. It kind of brings that fear, but that's what the Bible says, that God has not given us a spirit of fear, but of power and love and of a sound mind. So as long as you know that he's not giving you that fear, especially when he's calling you to do something, then you go ahead and move forward and you go. So that has taught me in my adulthood that, you know, I also don't have to listen to so many people on what God told me to do. Like, right. You got to make decisions for your life. And as an adult, you know, whatever decision you make, you got to live with that. Mm-hmm. So I think being an adult, I've made some pretty good choices, especially with going to the fore, because I made that decision as an adult to go, you know. I could have let other people talk me out of it, but as an adult, I trusted God and it worked. So you just got to know that if he's telling you as a young adult, even when it looks like, you know, you shouldn't be, God said it. I'm an adult. If it work, it work. If it don't, then it don't. Try again.
I totally understand where you're coming from, because so when you first met me and I was back in Louisiana. I graduated high school in 2017. Thank God I had me and my twin. We left Louisiana, lived in a small town in Kansas, and that's where I went to school for 2 years, and then we split. So I've been living in Colorado for the past 5 years by myself. So I understand what you're talking about when God sends you somewhere and you're by yourself. Like, go for it, because he's not giving you the opportunity just for it to pass.
Exactly.
So yeah, and so since we're talking about when I met you, let's talk about being a vocal coach, because I'll never forget when I ran to the kitchen. I was like, Mom, you remember the girl I showed you that was on the floor? I was like, she gonna be my vocal coach. Mom was like, what? I'm like, no, I'm serious. I was like, I'm telling you, she's gonna my vocal coach. I was like, I didn't pay for the thing. I was like, I'm ready. And you were very friendly from the start, like welcomed me with open arms, and was ready to get into it. It was no chit chat like we are now. Kateri was like, sing a song. She was like, sing a song. And literally thinking about, my heart was pounding because I'm like, this powerhouse is asking me to sing for. I was like, yes, it is vocal coach, but I'm like, wow. And the techniques you gave, even though I don't sing as much anymore, I still think about those things. Mm-hmm. So being a vocal coach, how can I put that? How do you think there'll be something you'll do in the future too, or?
You know what? I kind of sporadically do it now. Mm-hmm. I think I had my run with, I think, your bunch. Yeah. You know, a lot of you all that I trained back then. I think my time is not as open as it was. Mm-hmm. So I think that it may happen in the future. I think I may do more live in person than I would virtual, because the virtual space, it can be a little iffy, but I enjoyed meeting new people, and some good, some were bad, some were terrible, some were never again. But I think that, you know, you kind of get to know people and their personalities, and see who appreciates what you're giving them. And I think that showed me too, not to waste your gift. Because some people really don't appreciate it, and that's no shade. It's just that you're learning, you know, what to do and what not to do. And sometimes when you are a vocal coach, you're not as appreciated because they feel as if you owe them, you know, to just be perfect. And it's like, I'm not perfect. You know, I can only teach you what I've learned. And I think as I grow in music and grow in just development, even with myself vocally, I probably do see some stuff in the future, but just not right now.
So what is your advice for someone trying to improve their vocal range or control? What would you say?
Someone trying to improve your vocal range and control. Again, you gotta first know, who are you as a vocalist? A lot of people have identity crisis when it comes down to understanding who they are. Because you have so many people that are trying to sing like other people, and you know, they come to the table like, well, I want to do all these runs, and it's like, but that's that artist. You know, who are you as an artist? You know, what do you bring to the table? So I would say find out who you are. You know, get to know your voice, love your voice, study your voice, study the pros and cons of it, and then you can come to the table and say, okay, well, I've mastered this, but this is what I need help on. Right. You can have a whole bunch of needs and wants of how you want to grow and how you want your voice to sound, but if you don't master the basic things like your tone, your pronunciation, you know, when to modulate and when to, you know, just really glide on the note, you know, how it's so many elements to singing. It's insane. But I think the character and personality of your voice is number one, because you have to be someone that stands out, not blend in. And that's the thing. A lot of artists, because they have a love for other people, they're trying to duplicate versus standing out. So you got to have that talk with yourself and say, well, do I want to be mediocre or do I want to be the best of the best? You choose. You choose what you want. And so I think that will kind of help you and shape you as far as you understanding the principles. Again, knowing the why. Why are you singing? What is your goal in singing? You know, what is your, you know, 2-year goal? What is your 5-year goal? You know, is this a hobby or is this a career? Those are certain questions you have to ask yourself, because some people do it. They do it for fun. And then you have some people who are really working to do it as a career. So I think the work ethic is totally different from those who are just doing it as a hobby than those who literally, they eat, breathe, and sleep music. So that's kind of the advice I would give before, you know, you get into all the technical stuff.
I looked at a video that you sent me. If you scroll back up through all the text messages, there is a song that you had asked me to sing, and I was like, Kateri, I don't know what type of singer you think I am? I was like, but I said I'm gonna try. Look, I'm gonna see if I can still do it because I never sung this in I never sung in forever. But there's a video of you walking around singing just like this. I found love in you, and I've learned to love me too. Never have I felt that I can be all that you see. Let's see if I can do this part. It's like our hearts have intertwined into the perfect harmony. And you tried to make me go up, this is why. I was like, no, I can't do that. But yes, I remember.
Come on, sing.
I
Sing
remember
a
that.
song.
And I remember that. That was amazing because you made me learn scales, things you thought like those were the most challenging things to do was to learn scales. I still haven't got it down packed, but when you said this is how you do it and you made me redo it. And the words that came out your mouth was like when you constantly keep doing it over and over, go slow, speed it up a little bit. You're gonna catch on. And I kept saying to myself, I don't know how Kateri is gonna what she about to give to my throat to make this do, but I finally got it, and it was all because of you, your techniques.
Wow, that's so good, man. Again, vocal trainers, you never know if you're impacting the person.
Yeah.
If it lands, if they even appreciate it, because you just don't know. You don't know if they're learning. They can tell you one thing, but then when you see their results, it'd be like, did I tell you anything?
Yeah.
You're like, did I tell you? I mean, I done labored and war with you, and it looked like you ain't pick up nothing.
Yeah.
I did. But I can tell even now, man, just to hear your voice where it is now, it wasn't where it was before.
No.
But I want you to always remember that it's the confidence in knowing that you have the gift, and then also that God gave it to you. Never forget that. Never get too puffed up in your gift to where you feel as if, can't nobody tell you nothing. You're untrainable, you're unteachable. As long as you're living, you learn every day.
Yeah.
The only time you stop learning is when you dead.
Yeah.
You stop learning when your breath is gone because there's no more left. Right. But as long as you're alive, you learn something new every day. So stay teachable, stay trainable. Keep your ears, your eyes open, your spirit open, because there's always room for growth, maturity, and you never, again, like I said, you never reach like that level. Because I mean, you think about somebody like Brandy. We would think at 40 something years old that she's capped out in her ability and her voice, but she just gets better and better and better. So it's like if somebody that, I mean, whew, she started off having a younger sound. As she matured, her voice got really deep and strong. And then it's like, man, when you look up, she's gonna be in her 50s. It's gonna be like, well, where does she go from here? How can you go from the best to the greatest to like, like, where do you go? But you never stop growing. You never stop.
So Kateri, on the show, on Rashad Live, we like to play games, okay? Are you ready?
I think I'm ready, depending on what kind of game.
We're gonna call this Kateri Jukebox, okay?
Oh.
And this is gonna be like song associations.
Okay, cool.
So I'll get like you already know, I'll give you the word. It can be in the title or in the song. So the first word I'm giving you is lover.
Jesus, the lover of my soul. Jesus, the lover of my soul. That's you. Yeah, that's my song. Lover of my soul featuring Mike Teasy. Go get it. Stream it right now.
If you wasn't gonna sing that song, I was gonna be mad.
I know.
So the next song is Something.
Ooh, something good is gonna happen in this year, and I am grateful that I made it here. Yesterday's gone, and a new day has appeared, and I am grateful that I made it here. Blessings gonna find me here. Yeah, that's Sherman Gardner. Shout out to Sherman.
Look, I'm kind of scared to play this game with you because you might know all the words that I'm going to hear.
It's my first time. Let's see.
So the next word is able.
Ooh. You are more than able. Ba-da-da-da-da. You are more than able. Who am I to deny what the Lord can do? Yeah.
So, I wasn't
I'm ready.
waiting for that one. I was waiting for he's able.
Oh, yeah. Nah, that's old school.
Yeah, that's
what I'm talking about right now.
So the next one is heart.
Ooh. Give me a clean heart and of a mind. I don't know the word, the lyrics, but that's the only song I can think of right now.
Yeah. See, look, I was supposed to have a timer. I don't even need the timer because you own it. The next one is night.
You said night?
Night, like nighttime.
Ooh, what about not Weeping May Endure for a Night? I'm thinking about Weeping May Endure. Is that Ty Tribbett?
Which one are you trying to do?
Night though. Only one night
Yup.
though. Coming on one night. Hey,
Yeah.
one night though. Yeah. Let's go. Okay, that's what.
The next one is dance.
Dance. Dance. Dance. Ooh, that sounds like something Martin Munizzi would sing. Dance like David dance, something like that.
Okay, I know. Yup.
Yeah, it ain't the melody ain't come to my mind, but I haven't heard that dance before. Dance like David dance, whatever. I just count that as I got the words right.
You got the exactly.
I got the song
I know what you're talking about.
Right.
So I thought you was about to sing I Want to Dance with Somebody.
Oh no.
But
look, yeah, that's true.
But it's good because you are a gospel singer. You're gonna sing gospel.
Let me tell y'all something. I love all genres of music.
Yeah.
But in my mind, I'm thinking about Martha Munizzi. Cause somebody got a song that's called Dance. I just know. I didn't think about Whitney.
No, that's the next one I have is Fly.
Maybe fly. That's a deal. Fly. Maybe fly. Yeah, that's a deal. Y'all make sure y'all go stream her new record.
I should have picked another game to play. The next one, I have 3 left. The next one is Rain.
Rain. Rain down on me. Yeah, that's it.
Next one is Soldier.
Ooh. I'm a soldier in the army of the Lord. I'm a soldier in the army. I'm a soldier in the army of the Lord.
Yeah.
I'm a soldier in the army. Come on.
If I die, let me die.
Come on.
Yeah.
Don't play.
And the next one we have, let's see if she's gonna do the song that I'm thinking of. God, please do your will. The next word is reach.
Ooh. Reach out and touch somebody's hand and make this world a better place. If you can, reach out and touch somebody's hand and make this world a better place. If you can.
Mike, I wish I had a mic. But the song I was hoping you was gonna sing, it say, lifted me up when I couldn't reach.
Oh! Okay, ask me that again.
The word is reach.
Ooh. For all those times you stood by me, for all the truth that you made me see, for all the joy you brought to my life, for all the wrong that you made right, for every dream you make come true, for all the love I found in you. I'll be for everything, 'cause you're the one who held me up and never let me fall. You're the one who saw me through it all. You were my strength when I was weak. You were my voice when I couldn't speak. You were my eyes when I couldn't see. You saw the best that was in me. Lifted me up when I couldn't reach. You gave me faith 'cause you believe. 'Cause I am everything I am.
Ooh.
Because he first loved me.
Get this girl off my camera. Get this girl off my camera. What?
That
You,
was it, man. I
you
did it,
still
man.
got it. You still got it.
Yes, sir.
And you said you were 23 singing that song.
23.
Wow.
I could have been 24. I don't know. I
Somebody
was in my early
said I'm about to
20s.
throw my shoe.
Uh,
Somebody said
I
about to throw their
don't
shoe.
throw your shoe. Don't throw your shoe. We need all the shoes in this season. Come on.
No, but so my last set of questions, by you doing those rips and runs at the end, rips and runs have got you viral on multiple platforms.
Oh yeah.
Because there was one that you did. I can't do it. What was how did it go? Oh, boo, 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 something like that. How you did it?
Yeah.
How did that
Oh.
make you? Did you expect that to go
No.
viral at all?
No, I didn't. I didn't. I was actually singing "Reckless Love" by Israel Houghton,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't know. I just was like, let me just, that sounds good. Let me just repeat it. And I recorded in my bathroom. And then I just posted it and I was like, just tag somebody. Cause depending on what kind of challenges you do, everybody don't pick them up. So I'm like, I'm just going to post it and see. But then when I woke up the next morning, I'm looking at like 5,000, 6,000 likes. I'm like, wait, what? Then it got up to 19,000. Then it went higher than that. I'm like, wait, what? Going viral to me is so unpredictable, but predictable at times because you kind of know the ones that are gonna hit, but
Mm-hmm.
then you'd be surprised because ones you really don't think those be the ones. So it's like,
And how many views did you have on that?
oh, I don't even remember. I don't think
Million.
I reached a million. I don't think I reached a million, but I know I was in the 100,000s. I had to have been.
No, but you're right because things that you don't think will go viral would. Because
Mm-hmm.
I can. So when I took my master's pictures on Facebook, my photographer took a video of my grandma fixing my stove, and she gave me a kiss on the cheek. And this video reached 2 million views, and I'm like, what? By my grandma just kissing me on the cheek and fixing
Yeah.
for my pictures. I'm like, that's insane. And
Mm-hmm.
so what is the life like Kateri Bluford? Like, when you go outside and somebody recognize you, are they running up to you?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And,
they even in the airport. I think the airport is really the biggest test.
mm-hmm.
You have people who pull out their phones like, "Yo, can I take a picture? Yo, I'm a fan." Um, I mean, during COVID, I think that's really when I saw a lot of people. I mean, it even when I had a mask on, they still knew I was. I'm like, man, how can y'all see me through this mask? I done changed my hair. I did a whole lot of y'all don't even know it's me, but it's something with the glasses, the face. It's like
My mom
but
said that would be me.
yeah. No,
No, but it's
I get that. I get that. Especially I think you know, with me being I think Virginia, it kind of I've seen it more. But
mm-hmm.
being at home, whoa, they be like I mean, you're like a superstar to them
Yeah.
because you're from their hometown, you represent it well, so you kind of like the person that put their city, on the map. So, yeah, it's to me, I haven't really seen the level of stardom.
Mm-hmm.
I think the recognition is there, but
Control over there for as long as you can. Oh,
Well, we can't even hear you. Can't say something. I can't hear you. Let's see. Try to say something again. That's yeah. Got you.
hey, can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you
All
now.
right. Yeah, okay. I just had to kind of take the Bluetooth off. But yeah, it's normal, man.
No, but so do you read the comments or you stay out the comments?
I stay out of comments and DMs.
Really?
Mm-hmm. I think lately because my manager was like, go respond to the people. I'm out. I don't want to
Yeah.
respond. But I don't have bad comments. So I never really have people to address, if that
Mm-hmm.
makes sense. So my comments is very clean, very uplifting. I mean, I can't say that I won't have them in the future, but
Let's see. There we go.
that. Now, my comments are the fact that I be picking right up mid conversation is hilarious. My my comments, um, again, they don't be bad. So I do respond now, and just kind of show love because again, that's what help keeps your fan base strong.
Yeah.
To at least let them know that you see what they're putting out and how much they really, love you.
Right. And it's because you do have a lot of people that love you. Um. So like, what's another question I can ask? Let's see. I might have. Let me read my thing. So, can you describe a particular memorable moment? Oh, I got somebody. I got somebody on here, Kateri.
Hi.
Can you hear? Can you hear?
Yeah, I can't hear her. I can hear you.
Paula, can you hear us? We can't hear you, Paula. But until you
Yeah,
get
she may
it
be
right.
there.
So, can you describe a particular moment or feedback from a fan on social media that touched your heart?
Ooh, when there was a young lady, I think if it was either her mother or her sister, was in a hospital, and she played one of the videos of mine, and it literally was like a healing process for her.
Mm-hmm.
And so like her and her mom, they replayed the video all while she was in the hospital, time and time again, like around the clock. And that lady progressed in her health just by having that music playing and then increasing people's faith. So I've seen so many comments and DMs where people were like, your song got me through, when I was in depression and, I wanted to kill myself. I've had, if I could accumulate all of the DMs from the time I was on the floor until now, you all would be surprised. I've seen so many, heard so many stories of how just that moment alone, along with the videos that I post, have really kept people on this earth.
Oh.
Little do you know.
So, Katia, I always like to bring someone on and for them to ask a question or say a statement. So, Paula, go ahead and take the floor if you have a question.
hi.
Hi.
Before I answer my question, I was laughing because you know how you gave me that word soldier. That's what I was thinking before she said that song.
So, Katia, this is my first cousin Paula.
Oh, nice
So,
to meet
yeah.
you.
Nice to meet you. But the question I have is, what personal experience have shaped your faith?
Oh, when that's such a good question. What personal experience shaped my faith? Um, I would use this current situation that I just went through. I had to find a place in Milwaukee. I was moving. I just accepted a youth position in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. And I said, God, I need you to perform a miracle because it's hard for me to get a place. Things are not working out, but I know you called me to really go and help the youth. Now, my faith in God was that he's going to do it for me. But my circumstance showed that will he do it for me. And so literally this past week, I got approved for my apartment.
Wow.
And it took literally 6 months of my faith to say, God, I've after no, after no, after no, I still had to have faith in God to know that he's going to give me everything that I need when I need it. And it's going to be right on time. And so that shaped my faith to really know that when you pray, God really hears your prayers. He really does supply your needs. And it's like, you can give up and say, man, this is too hard. But my faith in God was, I trust you to get it done. I trust that you can do it. And he literally, it took 4 hours for me to get approved in 6 months. It took me 6 months to go through that process, only to take 4 hours to get approved.
That's amazing.
I could have let everything stop
Wow.
me from achieving what he said I was going to have. Because through that process, the Lord said, you're going to have your place. He didn't tell me what month. He didn't tell me what day. He didn't say at this time you going to have it. He just said you going to have it. I had to take you going to have it as faith to know that before I leave next month, I'm going to have what he said I'm going to have. I didn't know it was going to be on Tuesday. I didn't know it was, I didn't know where I was, but that what he told me, I took that word and I put my faith on it. And I knew he was going to open the door. I just didn't know when, but I knew he was going to do it. So that shaped my faith, was taking what he said to me and not making him seem like he's not a man of his word because he didn't do it the day he said it.
Right.
That's what gets us messed up, is that we want God to do things like a genie. You got to do it like right now. Like,
Right.
yeah, there's certain things he will do right now. But when he's building your faith, you got to go through a process. Because if you think that if you have problems with waiting, your faith is going to be terrible. If you don't like waiting and it's like, oh, it's just too much, your faith going to be a problem. Because not everything that God says is going to come right there. There's a waiting process because he knows at this time it's going to hit. But if I give it to her too soon, she might fumble it. Right. And then we got to start all over again. So let me take her through a series and a period of her seeking me and building up her faith and trust, so that when she gets it, when I give her something else, she has already mastered the process. So she knows that if it doesn't happen right there, she doesn't give up, because now she's had an experience of how to wait on it, because it may not come right now, but I got some, I would say wait on me where I can endure to really see it happen. Does that make sense? I hope it
does.
No, because you speaking.
It does. And to add on to that, and I think honestly that, God doesn't give us something right then and there when we want it, because if he do, we won't glorify him. We'll think that, oh, I did, I got this. But in the long time, like you said, through them 6 months, you had to depend on God, and it just gives us the opportunity to actually depend on him and to know that he is Jehovah Jireh, that he will provide when he will provide, not when we want it and not how we want it, but how he want to do it and when he want to do it, right? Mm-hmm. And it's like most of the time when he do it when it's supposed to be done and it's a part of his will, I think it's the best times, because we don't expect it and it just happened, and in that time we already prepared for it. Mm-hmm. And when he would have gave it to when we wanted it, it'd have been gone and we would have ruined it and have to start the whole process over. So
no,
I definitely
that's I can literally speak on that, because I was telling one of my other family members about this. So when I was staying in this part in Colorado, it's called Castle Rock, I was trying to move to Denver, and thinking like the apartment thing wasn't going like it was supposed to. Well, here comes a month later. I'm like, I have to make a decision, and I got to make it fast. So I ended up going back to Louisiana, and I stayed there for 2 months. And it's because I had been away from family for a while.
Mhm.
So I was like, okay, I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna take it as a reset. Shorty did I know that God was gonna send me back to Denver, downtown, in the
Wow.
same place where I wanted to
Wow.
be, but with a different mindset. Because the mindset I
Yes.
had when I was gonna move here the first time would have been out here to be like the worldly people and go out and have fun. But now I'm more matured, and I don't go out. I don't
Right.
do that. I was like, so now I sit here and I think I'm like, God, I wonder where I would have been if you'd allowed me to come when I wanted to and not when you wanted to.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah,
So
you're
yeah.
better off. You're better off. And that's why the Bible says faith without works is dead.
Mhm.
That's a real term because
Mm-hmm.
people feel like, and here's the thing, you can have faith and still not move. Because some people think because you're not moving, you don't have faith. No, I can still have, I can have faith and be still. I can have faith and move. So that's so many ways I can split that. But sometimes you have to be still. A lot of
Mhm.
us are busybodies.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes God just wants you to just sit still and wait. He don't
Right.
want you talking. He don't want you putting your business out. He don't want you complaining, fussing, arguing, trying to no. Sometimes he just wants you to sit there and wait. Because when you wait on him, you're literally saying, God, I have no strength.
Mm-hmm.
I can if you don't do it, it cannot be done. And so, in order for me to not mess up what you have planned, I completely take myself out of the equation. And I'm going to sit here and wait for you to do it because we really be messing stuff up. We do.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
do. We mess it up because to us, you know, we, especially when you're growing in your knowledge of the word and you're growing, and if you're prophetic and stuff like that, sometimes we think we smarter than God, and it'd be like, you're
Yeah.
not smarter than him. If the Bible said that he knew you before you were fashioned in the belly of your mother's womb, then that means he already know what you're gonna go through.
Mm-hmm.
But when you come down to this earthly realm of sin and our own mindset and how we see it, it's like, oh, well, I know better than God. You don't know better than God. So if he says sit still, that means sit still. That means don't do nothing, but just trust me and have faith because I already know your beginning from your ending. I know your ending from your beginning. I know the ins and outs from front to back, from back to front. I know either side, the decision you gonna make, whether you make the right one. Even though I give you life and death, but I told you to choose life. But some people they choose death because they do what they want to do. So
Mm-hmm.
it's really realizing that you cannot walk this walk without God. Period. No decision that you make in your life should have God outside of it.
Amen.
Right.
Not one, even the smallest one. God, I'm getting ready to, and some people call it cliche, and that's too much. But we got to pray over our food. We got to pray over the air that we breathing in. We got to pray over the car we get in, the airplane we get in. Who would
Huh.
have thought we would have to bring bless oil on a plane because we don't know if the pilot gonna keep it in the air? Who would
Right.
have? I mean, come like that's what I'm saying. You need God at it, but this is the time where He's letting people know you need me everywhere
Mm-hmm.
you
Yeah.
go.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm telling
And
you this. Whew.
to add on to that, and I'm gonna stop after this because y'all know I can keep going on. But even from like my own experience, like these last few months, I've been, going back and forth to the doctor, and it's like my first time because my whole life I've really been healthy, and from October to like now, that has shown me that I need to depend on God for so long. I've been with my mom as a single mom, and growing up with a single mom, she taught me how to be independent to a point where I feel like I can't depend on anybody in that. And I feel like that kind of affects my relationship with God too, because I know I can depend on him, but I don't allow him to do it, because in my mind I think, yeah, like I can do it, but I'm not Superwoman. I have to tell myself that. And through all of that, I had to understand, like, it's okay. Like, you're gonna go through things and you're gonna have to depend on God. It's not things that Paul is gonna have to do or mom's gonna have to do. Like, no, it's gonna be some things where you're gonna have to be still and wait on God. Like, for an example, I go to this church, and I was telling one of the girls that I'm friends with, and I'm just like, just telling her what I've been through. I didn't ask her anything, just kind of, giving her an update. And I was just telling God, that my finances, it wasn't the best. Like, it was some things I had to cancel an appointment and all of these things. And, I wake up the next morning and there's a Venmo of like money. And she texted me, she was like, hey, she was like, me and Joe, her husband, she was like, there's people from the church that was like willing to give. She was like, yeah, we got all of this money for you and we're gonna give it to you. She's like, you can spend it whatever you need, groceries, whatever you need. She was like, you can have that. And I'm like, wow, like, I didn't ask for that. I didn't have to send for that. I didn't have to do anything but be patient and just know that God is gonna provide, even like through anything. Like, and that made me realize, like, I had to depend on God through all of this, because like it says in the Bible, my ways is not his ways. Like, I have to understand that, like, we have to be still and just have faith that God will provide for whatever it is, even if it's the smallest things, like going buy groceries at the store, like anything, like, it's important for us to just have faith and to know that we can depend on him, whatever it is, and just be still in that, So, yeah.
That's so good.
Yeah.
And that's why, when you're waiting on God, you're not waiting like this. Like, you're not looking out the window waiting. You're waiting by putting forth the effort in your prayer time. You're waiting on God, putting forth the effort in your fasting and how you treat people. While you're waiting, you're also developing. And that's the thing about us. We feel like, oh, we just wait and then we just sit. No, while you're waiting, you should be developing. You should be growing, because when you finally get the promise, you know how to handle it. That's the thing. Waiting is not for you just to sit still. Waiting is for you to develop, so that when it falls in your lap, you know what to do with it. So it's like, God, while I wait, show me how to receive. While I'm waiting, God, show me how to use what it is that I'm waiting for. Show me how to multiply this thing that I'm trusting you for. Show me how to really see you in this, so that I don't just stop when you give me something, but it keeps me pursuing. Show me how to continuously pursue, because if you're just waiting for him to give you something and then you stop fasting and praying, then you're just an opportunistic. You just want opportunity. You want what you want without a relationship. And that's not how that goes. Waiting is so that you can have the relationship and you know what to do when you receive it. And so that's for anybody who really don't know how to wait on God. Start reading your word. Start praying. Start fasting and develop how to turn your plate down, how to stop talking to people you don't got no business talking to, how to stop telling your business to people who don't need to know your business, how to learn how to be not isolated where, you completely cut yourself or, away from other people, but isolating your time with God, really getting your mind on track, because what you're waiting on, it's a big deal. And so what you don't want to get it, and you're contaminated, because you're not going to know what to do with it. And then you're going to have other people's opinions. You're going to be led by other people's thoughts, how they view you, how they see you, how they feel like God has blessed you and all that. So it's about really developing a relationship while you wait. I promise you that thing right there, me knowing God all my life, but really experiencing him on that one-on-one situation, was when I turned about, I think it was 18, when I was on my own. I didn't have mama. I didn't have a father. I didn't have a big, huge community. So I had to trust God. I had to trust him. So he did things for me, but that not only grew my faith in him, but that grew my love for him. Like he became a friend. Like he became a father, a brother. Like he became everything that I lacked because I didn't just want the gift. I wanted the man who gave me the gift. So, don't get caught up in just receiving, but learn how to give as well. And that's giving him your time, giving him your life. And you'll see way more things when you become selfless with him, because he's already selfless with us. But he just wants to know, how much do you love him? So that's all. I can talk about that all day long.
Look, you saying a whole word, but thank you, Paula, for coming on. Asking that was a good question.
It was.
Oh no, it was for a reason. God let that.
Yes.
But it was really nice meeting you.
Same.
Bye, y'all.
Bye. Well, Kateri, we coming to an end of Rashad Live, and I appreciate you. This is a good one.
Oh,
this is a good episode. You said some amazing things, and I know somebody has been touched and somebody has been healed by the words that came out your mouth. And I just want to thank you again for accepting to come on here and talk with me, because you big. I'm little.
Hey, listen, my people, I love my people, so I'm always open to y'all.
Yes, and I appreciate you. And y'all, if y'all watching, go ahead and follow Kateri. She has good reels that she come out with, things that will touch you. That I just put one on my story today, so y'all go check that out. Follow Kateri, and tell them where they can follow you at.
Well, you can follow me on Instagram at KatiriB_. You can follow me on TikTok. I believe the same handle, KatiriB_. You can find me on YouTube, Kateri Bluford. You can find me on Facebook, Kateri Bluford. And I am available at all those different platforms. And I will be putting out new music soon. So I'm so excited about that. Oh. Hey, in this era of Kateri, you're going to get more worship this time. So I would just tell all the people who follow me that it's going to be worship. So just be prepared to get you some tissue, get you a prayer cloth, get you everything you need, because you're going to be in worship when y'all hear these new records that I got coming out.
Listen, because if it's like Rashad when she came out with Jacqueline Carter and I almost wrecked my car jamming out there. Listen, Kateri, I'm calling you.
No, for real. Hey, it's gonna be dope. And I'm telling you, the things that you've been waiting on. I put a video up today, and I was saying, if you're lonely, if you feel like you're by yourself, God is saying that everything you need, the team you need, resources, everything. You feel like you're doing it by yourself, God's gonna do everything right now. Right now, he's gonna do it for you right now. I'm telling you, he's got to believe that he's gonna do it, and he's gonna do it for you right now.
Yeah, y'all go look on Kateri's page. She's amazing. Like, literally, it's been a while. Most definitely, I'll be in touch. Thank you so much, Kateri. Hopefully, the next time, if we gonna the pause in the tongue. So hopefully, Rashad Live will be in an actual studio.
Yes, come on, speak right now. Come on,
yeah.
He's speaking that thing into existence. Everything you
so much
need, I'm telling you. If you believe it, it can happen for you right now. Until you'll be surprised. Mm-hmm. I'm telling you, everything you need, everything.
Yes, ma'am. Well, thank you again, Kateri.
You're welcome.
And I'll be waiting for the new music to drop.
All right. Love you all. Thank y'all so much for tuning in.
Yeah, thank y'all. Y'all have a good one. Talk to you later.
See ya.
Well, y'all, that's it. And like every show, if God is before you, who can be against you?